Now, one of the solutions is also having a cyber response team in place, right? How important is it to have a cyber breach response plan, and what goes into creating?
So cyber breach response plan, if you have to correlate to yourself, is that if you compare it with the hospital,
Right.
Okay. Okay, if you have a medical patient, heart patient, what will you do it? Okay, will you start defining what I have to do it? Okay. Or another example, if I have to give, then by the time the patient is dead, right?
True. Absolutely true.
Yeah. Another example I gave you, that I call CISO or whole cybersecurity team as warrior. Okay, right. The army. Will army start thinking about it? Okay, there is a cross-border firing which is happening now. What do I do it? Right? True. So one is that they have been trained to say that when there is an attack which is happening, what do we do it? And cyber is it's a perimeter list, right? I mean, it is that you don't know from which geography you are going to have attack, because you have a lot of assets which are available on public internet, right? So you don't know from where the attack is going to come. And until unless we really have one, well documented, second thing is well trained, and people, I mean, is there a team which is formed? Are there roles which are defined very clearly that, when attack happens, that, who is going to handle social media, who is going to handle customer queries, who is going to handle technical issues, who is going to handle the media, who is going to handle regulator, and who is going to manage this whole team. So cyber response plan is that the whole crisis management plan, which has to be well documented, it has to be well practiced, and everybody should be very clear. All the basic things what are needed for communication plan should be ready in place.
Ready. True. So it just helps to have a plan in place and not start acting when something happens.
Yeah. And in such happens, what happens is that as soon as the news is out, a lot of media houses will start and come in contact. And if you have not defined who is going to speak, okay, then everybody is going to talk whatever they feel that that is right, and it will create a lot of confusion in the market. True. And basically, what we need to see is the stakeholders who has invested money in us. Right. And second thing is the millions of customers who's taking the service from us. So we need to think that we are one of the investors and we are one of the customer. And what would we need when there is any attack which is being happened? And this is the preparedness what I think we should have it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, now along with all of this, organizations are adopting artificial intelligence, machine learning, virtual reality, and so on at a very fast pace, right? Now, although these technologies are really good and helpful and efficient, what do you think are the risks arising along with that?
So on the whole IoT piece, okay? Right. IoT piece is it's still evolving, right? Right. The usage in the manufacturing industry, there are good cases, and it's a very controlled environment what is there. But from the consumer perspective, which is still evolving. For example, you see those TV banners in the elevator, right? Right. You see, somewhere in some meeting areas, you see digital dashboards. So then we have Alexa. Alexa is one of the biggest adopted thing, right? True. Then we have smart bulbs. We have now we have smart TVs, smart fridge, smart fans. Everything is there, right? True. So using your IoT devices, one of the biggest risks as of now, because consumer awareness of what kind of Wi-Fi security should be there. That is the basic thing what should be there, but which is not in place. Right. Second thing is artificial intelligence perspective. From cybersecurity perspective, it is very, very important to have artificial intelligence, because when we have millions and billions and trillions of records, it's very, very, very difficult to find out that what exactly is going on, right? True. So it is that how do you find out a suspect? Okay, the suspect you can find out when you see the unusual behavior. Okay, and how can you find out unusual behavior? This is where the artificial intelligence and machine learning can be helpful. So although those algorithms are still evolving, the adoption of AI and ML has already started in cybersecurity. Maybe everybody is at different maturity level. Some are using it. For example, maybe telecom companies are using it at very wide level, while maybe the small firm might not be using it at this level. So adoption perspective, the maturity perspective, I think there is a lot of perspective. There's a lot of research work which is happening, and maybe eventually I think those algorithms will be straightforward, like plug and use kind of thing, and that will help the organization. Right. And so the more and more innovation what you do, I think the better we will have a capability to find out, and which is in cybersecurity term we call it as early detection. True. And the sooner we detect it, the faster we will be able to resolve it. That will help us for early detection very well.
True, absolutely. Now, the technologies that we spoke of, right? Do you think, cybersecurity attached with that? Do you think the importance of cybersecurity will be mainstream, and will they be a part of focused strategies of board of directors of the organizations?
I feel it is not will be. It has already started. Okay. And the way digital adoption is coming, I think, and last 20 months, 21 months, what we are seeing, or maybe we can say now in March, we can say 24 months, this has become a default. This has become a new norm now, where you use the technology, and when you use the technology, cybersecurity is going to be an integral part of it. So, here theory we can talk a lot, but underlying what I feel is that cybersecurity has already become a new norm. Right. And there will be hardly any organization who will not think about cybersecurity. So that has become a new norm now, and it's no more an option which is left, because when even customers are engaging or corporates are engaging, they're talking about, they're asking us a lot of questions about what kind of controls do you have, what is your maturity. So right. This has become a normal now.
Okay, right, fair enough. Now, where do you see the cybersecurity industry will be in the next 5 years?
I think there is a lot which is going to happen because what technology, what we are using it, because there is a huge change which is going to happen in technology. Even if you see like the payment industry in the last 2 years, the way wallets has been adopted, the UPI has been adopted, the whole industry, even in manufacturing, in an e-commerce platform, in the banking industry, I think there's going to be a completely different change. Probably, it's again one of the articles what I was reading, that today what we are using, the card, okay, those cards might just vanish, right? Because right. If you are having your phone, and if you are having if the banking happens on the phone number, it might be that you don't need the cards probably. So I was reading from banking perspective, I was reading that the plastic will be removed. This is what I have read. The use of automation is going to be used. The use of IoT is going to be used. And what we are cybersecurity today, I think next 5 years there is going to be a lot of emphasis on having the predictive analysis and having on cybersecurity. It is going to be the more automation, the more the cybersecurity is. Yes. So today on couple of things we talk about, for example, if I'm developing any application, we talk about CICD, okay, which is continuous development and continuous implementation. And where cybersecurity, there are some tools which are being embedded. Now there are some tools which are coming like, no code kind of thing. So those those tools itself will start building, and there will be a lot of focus on how do you build the cybersecurity as a part of product, which today is missing in a lot of products.
True.
So I think there is a lot which is going to happen, and regulator is always going to be with us, going to continuously chase us, and that will help us also to drive security at some point of time.
Absolutely. Now we do know that the industry is going to grow by leaps and bounds. Do we have the right manpower, or are we running short of the right manpower for this industry?
Roshan, you're asking such a sensitive question, because today itself, like, okay, if you see cybersecurity, resources availability, I think you talk to anybody in cybersecurity, they will say that, okay, I need this person, I need that person. So, so manpower requirement is always going to increase. But maybe what will help eventually is the kind of automations what we do it. Okay, so maybe soon the automation on the manual activities what we are doing it, that will help us to, one is it's not only on the monthly requirement, but that will help us to quickly turn around and have the agility in responding back to the requirements. That will help us. And second is the manpower, whatever we have. So the more and more automation, the manpower what we have right now, we will be able to use it in the innovation. Now, if you see last 1 year, even government has also, given promoting a lot of like Make in India products, right? And the way we now in the industry, when we interact with people, there are a lot of startups who have started and focusing on cybersecurity. So I feel that in next 5 years, or in a previous question when you spoke about what is the industry. So one, in addition to that, I think we should also think about is that what will be the contribution of our country in terms of cybersecurity. And we really have a lot of talent, lot of resources, skill sets, and the support from government, the way strategies have changed and Make in India has started, digitization has started. I think there will be a lot of startups which are coming up and having their own product. So after 5 years, probably Roshan, you will somebody else might just interview saying that, okay, how India has been involved in cybersecurity. So I think lot many things expected and lot many things are happening right now, and I'm sure in next 5 years that is going to come on the surface, and the country will be tagged, or rather known for, even right now we are known for technology resources. Right. Afterwards, I'm sure at one point of time, our all cyber warriors will also make a difference in the whole world and not only in the country.
Absolutely. Well, Anuprita, thank you so much for sharing about the cybersecurity ecosystem in India and in general. Thank you for sharing your insights on this industry.
Thank you so much, Roshan. It was nice, having a discussion on my core topic, which is very close to my heart. Thank you for that.
Pleasure.